The year was 356 BC, a time of great change and turmoil in the ancient world. In the heart of Pella, the capital of the kingdom of Macedon, a prince was born. His name was Alexander, a name that would soon echo through the annals of history. His father was King Philip II, a powerful and ambitious ruler who had grand visions for his kingdom. His mother was Olympias, a woman of fierce spirit and noble lineage, known for her strong will and mystical beliefs. Alexander was a child of privilege and destiny, born into a world of luxury and power. He grew up surrounded by the splendor and intrigue of the Macedonian court, where politics and power plays were a daily affair. But he was no ordinary prince. From a young age, it was clear that Alexander was destined for greatness. Even as a boy, Alexander displayed extraordinary intelligence, courage, and ambition, qualities that set him apart from his peers. He was a quick learner and excelled in all his studies, mastering subjects that many found challenging. He was also a skilled horseman and warrior, trained in the arts of war by his father's veterans, who recognized his potential early on. Alexander yearned for glory and dreamed of emulating the heroes of Greek mythology, particularly Achilles, whom he admired deeply. Legends say he tamed a wild stallion named Bucephalus at the age of 12, a feat that impressed even the most seasoned horseman and foretold his future prowess. This event foreshadowed the young prince's future triumphs and his ability to conquer the seemingly unconquerable, a trait that would define his legacy. Alexander's world was one of constant conflict and change, where alliances shifted and power was always in flux. The Greek city-states, weakened by internal strife and rivalries, were easy prey for the rising power of Macedon, which sought to dominate the region. Philip II envisioned uniting the Greeks under his banner and launching a campaign against the Persian Empire, the arch-enemy of the Greek world, a vision that would shape Alexander's future. He saw in Alexander the potential to inherit his dreams and fulfill his ambitions, grooming him meticulously for leadership and greatness. Little did he know that his son would surpass him in both, achieving feats that would make him one of the most legendary figures in history. Recognizing his son's potential, Philip II sought the most renowned scholar in Greece to tutor young Alexander. He knew that the right mentor could shape Alexander into a leader of unparalleled wisdom and strength. In 343 BC, he summoned Aristotle, a philosopher and scientist, to Myetsa. Aristotle's reputation as a brilliant thinker and teacher made him the perfect candidate for this crucial role. Aristotle was a student of Plato and would go on to become one of the most influential thinkers in history. His teachings would lay the foundation for Western philosophy and science. For 3 years, Aristotle became Alexander's mentor and guide. During this period, he imparted not just knowledge, but also the wisdom to apply it effectively. He instilled in his pupil a love of learning, a thirst for knowledge, and a profound respect for Greek culture and thought. This intellectual curiosity would become a hallmark of Alexander's character. Aristotle's teachings encompassed a wide range of subjects. He taught Alexander philosophy, which included the study of existence, knowledge, and ethics. Logic, rhetoric, poetry, ethics, politics, and natural history. Each subject was meticulously covered, ensuring Alexander had a well-rounded education. He encouraged Alexander to think critically, to question assumptions, and to seek truth through observation and reason. This method of inquiry would serve Alexander well in both governance and warfare. He also trained Alexander's mind in strategy and tactics, recognizing the young prince's military inclinations. Aristotle's lessons in warfare were not just theoretical, they were practical and applicable to real-world scenarios. Aristotle's influence on Alexander was profound and lasting. His teachings shaped Alexander's intellectual and moral framework. It shaped his worldview, his values, and his approach to leadership. Alexander learned the importance of wisdom, justice, and temperance in ruling. Beyond academic knowledge, Aristotle instilled in Alexander a deep appreciation for Greek culture. This cultural immersion included literature, art, and the traditions that defined Greek society. This appreciation would later influence Alexander's desire to spread Greek culture throughout his empire. He envisioned a world where Greek ideals and knowledge would be the cornerstone of civilization. However, Aristotle also cautioned Alexander against mistreating non-Greeks. He emphasized the importance of respecting the customs and traditions of conquered peoples. He advocated for a more inclusive approach to ruling conquered peoples, a lesson that Alexander would sometimes heed and sometimes ignore in his years of conquest. This struggle between conquest and compassion would be a recurring theme in Alexander's reign. These formative years spent with Aristotle instilled in Alexander a vision that extended beyond the borders of Macedon. He began to see himself not just as a king, but as a unifier of cultures and peoples. He began to envision a world where Greek culture and learning would flourish, ushering in an era of peace and prosperity. This vision would drive many of his future endeavors. Armed with a brilliant mind and a thirst for glory, Alexander was poised to leave his mark on the world. His education under Aristotle had prepared him for the immense challenges ahead. His education was complete, and the time for him to step onto the world stage was fast approaching. The lessons learned from Aristotle would guide him as he embarked on his epic journey to greatness.